Welcome, Walnut. I'm Lara, but you can call me Laz, your host for Walnut Wednesday. This is your reminder to be brave, be yourself, and know that you can make the world a better place just by what you decide today. Here, I'm going to share my weekly walnuttings with you on a Wednesday.
Good morning, Walnut. It is another early morning recording for me, so I'm just having a little sip of cough. Bing, bing, bing. Cheers. Cheers with our little coughs. Let's have a quick little sip to start our day. Let's go. Ready? Delicious and divine, sweet nectar of cough first thing in the morning. Walnut, happy Walnut Wednesday. I hope you're having a wonderful week. My walnutting is just a bit of a conversation, I think, about giving credit where it is due. I've had a really, really wonderful weekend with amazing people who, like, I'm just so grateful for the friends and family that I have in my life, and it's made me have like a couple of little reflections. So I wanted to share with you naturally, and there's a little bit of stuff I want to work on a bit more this week, being more vocal about things. So this weekend I was talking with the girls about we were talking about sort of, because we're all different sort of ages, and how as you get older, sort of for me, I kind of said it becomes less about the drama and the all the things and more about the company that you keep and um how much more that means. And like for example, I was saying how that particular group of people, we see each other maybe once a year, but it's comfortable, it's safe, it's just like where we left it. There's no, if there's an awkward silence, it's not actually awkward. We're just content sitting there quietly until someone has something to say. It's just a no pressure, complete safety zone. And yeah, so we're talking about moments like that. And as you know, Walnut, I've been trying really hard lately, well, throughout the Walnut journey, to really appreciate the sunshine and rainbow friends that we keep more than the energy leaks and the people that kind of drain our energy. And there's nothing wrong with those people. It's just they're not our people. And we've had a couple of conversations about that. So I think I've been working quite hard at showing my appreciation, or at least saying how much I appreciate um, the sunshine and rainbows like that. But they were asking about Geordie in my condition, and I realized I don't give Geordie as much credit as he is due. And so my little goal this week is for Geordie in particular, but also my direct family too. Um, I want to put a bit more energy as much as they put in for me as well. Um, yeah, so Geordie's been really, really great throughout this condition, actually. And I don't tell him that often enough. And we were in a car ride the other day on the way home from work, and Geordie said something, and I was like, "Yeah, I said this about you." And he was like, "Oh, because remember, Walnut, Geordie is a projector. So praise and recognition, well, not praise, but the recognition factor is high with him." Um, and he was like, "I like it when you tell me um if you say something or think something nice about me." And I was thinking, I think I made a joke like, "Yeah, well, you really got a big head. I don't want your head to get any bigger." But why don't I do that? So yeah, talking about all the nice things that Geordie's been kind of doing for me, especially throughout my condition, made me realize like, oh man, I think just because we've been together for so long, um, so it's just kind of it's a different dynamic to the sunshine and rainbow thing, right? Because um, with those people as well, we've been friends for a long time, but it just feels different. With Geordie, I don't say anything. And kind of when you're in a long-term relationship as well, even just the arguments and things like that, you get into such like a habitual place of not actually saying, um, not actually saying what you want, not asking for what you need, but doing this weird little behavior that you you expect them to mind read and to just know you. And I don't expect my friends to do that. Just an example, one at the top of my head, if I have started to get moody about something, I'll kind of just sulk around. Okay, actually, let's go a big example. I feel like that I come home to a completely dirty house and the kitchen is just filth, and I'm annoyed that I'm cleaning up because I've been out all day and it's the last thing I want to be doing. Um, and then I get asked to help cook dinner, and I'm like, "Are you serious? I'm tired. Everything's a mess. Nothing's been done all day." Like that, right? Instead of saying, uh, "Well, no, I'm tired," I'll I'll sulk around. I might bang and crash a little dish as I pop it into the dishwasher. I might sigh a bit as I wipe the kitchen bench. And these little reactions, that's how like resentment builds. That's how all of these things lead to, toxicalness in relations. And it starts from just little things. And it's because from over time, you just stop saying what you would like or what you would need or what's important to you. And so these are some like little tools that we picked up throughout our relation. And as you know, all the stuff that we've been through, well, not in great detail, Walnut, but we've done a lot of work, right? So, um, just being able to say things like, um, no. I find he's quite good at asking for what he needs, and as a recovering people pleaser, I'm not. So I'll do this, do the other thing instead of just saying no. And I think that's where I've kind of gone wrong, and that's where I want to practice more. Not always saying no, but um, saying how I feel. Like, "Oh, I'm actually really tired." He's said to me multiple times, like uh, another example, Walnut, giving Kevin a bath. It's starting to really, really hurt my back. It's just so uncomfortable, and it tuckers me out really, really, really badly. Um, if the one time I was like, it took me it took me all afternoon to just say, "Please, is it okay if you wash Kevin today?" Honestly, like I've had such a long, yeah, blah blah blah. He was like, "Yeah." I was shook. I was shook. And I was like, "What the hell? Why am I so shook?" Of course he would do that because he is kind and great and nice. And that's what I need. And he knows that's what I need. So of course he would. He said, "Oh, if you any of that stuff, Les, you just have to ask. You just have to say, and I'll do it." You know? Like, and I feel like that it's specific to having my condition, but also it's not, because I haven't tried it outside of the condition. Because for so long I just feel like everything's on me, and then I overload myself, I overstimulate myself, I overwhelm myself with a long list of things that need to be done, mental loady stuff. Don't ask and don't receive, right? Um, so yeah, I kind of have waffled on a little bit about household chores, but I hope you kind of get what I mean, Walnut, where I just feel like the guy has been really awesome, and he's been doing little thing. And to me, I'm a little thing person. Um, if something big and grand happened in my life, and people showed up, that's great. But for me, it's like lots of little things that like really melt my heart and um, make me feel like someone's sunshine and rainbow. But things like I had to borrow his work car, so I went down to jump into it, and it had been reversed the other way, so I didn't have to reverse because it's a big old monster thing. You know, things like that where it just means the world, and I don't say thank you enough. I did a little smirk, but I made a really big point when I got home to say, and I noticed that you had reversed The ute, thank you very much. And he was like, oh, yeah. And I know that was a little sunshine thing, but I could hear the little smirky poo. I could hear how happy that made him. And for some reason, over the years, there has been this thing growing, um, obviously pre our therapy things, where I was like, oh, why should I make you happy with a smirk when I don't have a smirk? This really tit for tat kind of like mentality. And I notice it coming up a little bit as well, again, just with little household things, but it's in long relations. I feel like that's where the things fester and bubble up. So the little things I feel are little great practice examples to practice the asking or saying or communicating. And it will be things like, I I will always do the dishes if Geordie cooks meals. And when I cook, I'll usually do the dishes as I go, so there's not really many dishes to do. Um, and so when Geordie, who cooks me delicious food all the time, and it's the best, and I love being served. I just love being told what to eat, and it's in front of my face. Like it just makes me so happy. Um, but he'll be like, "Oh, I've just cooked dinner all week," and my first thing is always, "Yeah, and I clean up after you, or after us." It's like this tit for tat that we have built that and that I have significantly contributed to, for some reason. And what he is saying is, when he's saying, I have been doing this all week, what he's saying, I think, if I try to read between the lines, is actually just like, I just want to feel appreciated. When I do things, I want to feel appreciated. And we have different love languages and all the things, and that does play into it a little bit, Walnut. But um, what I'm trying to get at and what I've reflected on and what I want to try and practice this week and have this conversation with you is that I want to release the fact that yes, I clean up after us and just relish in the fact that I've just had dinner, like I said to you, plonked in front of my face, and it's the most enjoyable experience, and I haven't had to cook, and it's always really yummy and always made with like so much love. Like Geordie's cooking is amazing. He makes the best, especially sandwiches. He's awesome. Um, and yeah, even at the lunch, the girls were like, "Oh, Geordie cooks for you a lot. He makes you lots of things," and I'm like, and the first thing I said was, "Yeah, but I do the dishes." Like, why? What is that for? Why is that the statement instead of saying, "Oh my God, I know, he's awesome. Where is my issue?" Um, and I think it's just habitually years. Like I did joke to him about, "Oh, I don't want your head to get bigger." Um, but it's just not recognizing that. It's just not recognizing that. Um, oh, I lost my train of thought, but you get what I mean, you know? So I really want to practice that this week, with, in particular with my Geordie, but also I've noticed that with, sort of my family as well. It's not a taking for granted, Walnut, but in some ways a little bit it is. Um, so I feel like I had a really big focus on sunshine and rainbow friends and making sure that's where my energy's going. And obviously, I'm a walnut on a journey, right? Sometimes we let the other people seep in and it bothers us. And you've seen me cry multiple times. But I think I've got that enough out of my subconscious and into my conscious mind that the sunshine and rainbow friends, I'm quite able to actively say, "Hey, I really need this," or "Thank you for that. I appreciate you." All of that. The really, really close to home and the everyday and the little things and the household chores and the mental load and the dishes and the small conversations that I have with my parents and my sister. That's where I want to now put a little bit more of my fingers in that pie particularly. And it's not really a walnutting as such, but I think this is a really powerful discussion to um, take stock of the in-house credits and are there some a little bit due. I've had multiple conversations with Walnuts about um relations, and for the first time in a while, um it I felt like I was the person going, oh man, I remember we were on a girls trip and we're having girl time and we were all chatting. And one of the girls said, oh my gosh, like, I don't mean to like rub it in or anything like that, but this makes me really happy um, and grateful for my partner. And we were like, we love that. That's awesome. Because she wasn't experiencing the things that kind of we were discussing or whatever. And it wasn't this big bitch fest or anything like that. It's just girl time, you chat, you let it out, you vent, and those are the rules. But I think as of late, there's been a lot of discussions where some walnuts have felt a bit disappointed and whatever the venting and the hard times are. And I've thought to myself in my head, oh man, it's like the first time I've noticed being in this position. Well, I don't have that. I can empathize and I understand and I get it. But I had that moment of this makes me really grateful and appreciative, and I'm not trying to rub it in of my partner, or my family or my sister. I'm in that spot now. So it's now my solemn duty to give that credit where it is due. And it's going to be a journey to habitually not rebut with, yeah, but I do this. And just go, yeah, you did do that for me, and I appreciate it, and I love it, and I love you. And I think that's going to make a world of difference, just communicating that. I think you get so stuck in habitualness, like I was saying, where you don't vocalize the things. And well, me in particular, I have not, and I don't. And I think it in my head for a split second, and I don't bask in it, and I just let it slide away. And that's where all these like weird things build. And then all of a sudden, you know, something happens, or you don't see a family for a really long time. And so you feel guilty that you didn't appreciate what you had, or whatever, you know? So that's my chore. I've waffled on a little bit, Walnut, but I hope that gives you some context and perspective. And I would love to know if you are in the same boat, if you resonate, if you're long-term relatee or whatever, wherever you're at. I would love to know what you think of this episode, and if you've been in this position before, if you've got any tips and tricks, let's chat about them. But yes, giving credit where it is due with a voice or with action, but genuinely just saying and appreciating and basking in the nicer things that the people close to home are doing for us, I think is a really great start to walnutting this week, and being a walnut. That self-reflection piece alone, I think, is quite courageous to admit that I've been a bitch. No, not been a bitch, but this rebuttal thing. I mean, I gotta hit that on the head somewhere, right? So anyway, I hope this helps. I hope you can resonate. Please let me know if you do and what you think. And have a happy Walnut Wednesday. And please, Walnut, your homework, don't forget to tell someone that you appreciate them and why you appreciate them. I think it will go a really long way. So have a happy Walnut Wednesday, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.